And welcome to my tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a composite part in Catia V5R16. To start off, invoke the part workbench by start mechanical design part design. I select YZ plane as my reference and invoke the sketcher. I draw two circles, one of 38.2 mm and the other with 45 mm of radius. Now exit the sketcher and invoke the pad tool for an extrusion of 1250 mm. This way my part workbench role has finished. For a zone creation, I need reference points, lines and circles, and this is where I enter wireframe and surface design workbench. Create two reference points at the diametrical ends of the inner surface cross section on YZ plane at the distance of 38.2 from the center. And I create a point at the origin to give the center for the circular references. Now I create two semicircular references. See how I create them. I select the center as the origin reference point and the support as a YZ plane at the radius of 38.2 mm and start 0 degree, 180 degree, end at 180 degree. See the preview. Select OK now. Similarly, I create the second circular reference with the same center, same support and a start and end angle of 180 and 360 degrees. See the preview now. Select OK. Now I create a point for the creation of axis system which is used as a rosette while creating the composite part. Now I create the axis system at this point. And for x-axis I reference YZ, ZX for y-axis and XY for z-axis. So it's in the same direction as per the original coordinate system. Now I translate the two semicircular references. At a distance of 1250 mm. The direction is the bicep. And I also translate the other semicircle at a distance, at the same distance of 1250 mm. Now I create points with respect to the new coordinate system at a similar fashion as I created the first 2 points at the ends of the inner surface of the shaft. And I create reference lines for the completion of contour and composite part creation. I create another line in a similar fashion. To give the starting surface for the plies, I need to create an extrude. I select YZ plane as reference and I enter the sketcher. I create a circle of 38.2 mm. And I select the sketch extrude tool and I give a depth of 1250. Now the role of my wireframe and surface design has been over, and I have referenced each and every line, circle for the shaft for the composite part creation. I enter composite workbench by start mechanical design and composites design. See that there is only one tool which is activated, and giving input to this tool, which is called as composite parameters, where you input the optimum sequence angles. It invokes the other tools for a composite design part manufacturing. And by default 4 angles are given with different colors, with the name 0, 45, minus 45, 90, and with the same angles. I click OK now, and I'm ready with the composite parameters. Now I create a zones group by selecting surface as extrude and set the rosette as axis system. Since I am ready with the zones group, now I create a zone. Now to create a zone, you need a closed counter. So since we have already referenced with the lines and circles and translations, now we select them. First I will select a line, then the translate, then the other line and the other semicircle. And I give the laminate properties. I take glass, I take one more material and define layers alternatively. And here you can give the number of layers that you need, and the rosette is already defined axis system 1. Now I create another zones group, selecting the extrude and rosette as axis system. I create another zone which consists of the bottom part of the shaft. Therefore I select line, translate line and the bottom circle. I give laminate properties similar to the upper zone. One is glass, another one is M46J, and I give the similar layer setup. And the rosette is defined as axis system 1 in a similar way. Now I create a solid from zones containing both zone groups. After doing this, I create a stack-up file from the zones, where it creates a .xls file containing the properties given to the composite part till now. See the XLS file now. This is a sequence of plies, the geometric level of the plies, the material of the plies, and the angles of the plies. The parametric nature of Catia facilitates creation of similar models with different properties in a flash, and it can be seen here. Like if you change the material properties or the angles of the plies and increase the number of plies in the sequence in this XLS file, it will change the whole properties of the main model, that is a composite part. Now I create the plies group. I select the create plies group tool to select the surface and the rosette. Now I stack, that is I'll create plies creation from zones, from the 2 zones. Select OK. Now after doing this, if you want to add cores to the layers, that is the plies, you can add by selecting this tool. Now I create solid from the zones, both plies group 1, plies group 2, and I select complete stacking. Now I have to look how the layers have oriented. Now I select the ply explorer tool. I select stacking, then I give the scale 30, let's say 30. Now I select OK. Now as per the input, there are 4 files, 4 plies with 4 different colors, and this is the final composite part. Thank you all.